So it's a Carl in front row here at Thruxton. Jaime Alguersuari starts in pole position. Now, can he extend his slender lead in the championship? Sergio Perez is down in 6th. Here's Martin with the rest of the grid.
Here's how they line up for round 11 of the British Formula 3 International Series, with the 2 Red Bull cars on the front row. Jaime Alguersuari with a 1-point lead going into this race. But Brendan Hartley, having given away a race in Snetterton, really needs to get his season back on track. 3rd is Oliver Turvey. He hasn't won since Easter. Marcus Ericsson, the Swede, yet to taste victory, is 4th ahead of the fast-improving John Martin. 6th on the grid and 2nd in the points, Sergio Perez, but that late spring run of wins is now a distant memory. Sam Abbey and Snetterton double winner Michael Devaney on row 4 ahead of Nick Tandy, and national class points leader Andy Merrick starting in 10th. Here we go then, revs rise, Carlin Motorsport men 1, 2 and 3. Who's going to make the best start? Away they go, could even get away from the top 3. Slow for the orange car of Marcus Ericsson. John Martin goes inside him. They're 2 by 2. Martin's up to 4th and they're 3 wide in front. That's Turvey on the right-hand side. And he's got the lead, has he? Yes, big lock up from one of the other 2 Red Bull cars. And that out wide is Hartley. So Alguersuari is in 2nd, Hartley in 3rd. Turvey leads them into the country. And everybody jockeying for position through some of the slowest corners on the track. There's Max Chilton, car number 1. He's got a Miguel in either mirror. It's like the orange arrows out there. And there is the other Miguel, Michael Devaney, a little further up the order, just inside the top 8.
Stefan Wilson with Salman Al Khalifa on his back in the national class as we ride on board with John Martin as we exit Church and go up Woodham Hill, 150 miles an hour. Brendan Hartley on our right, we've gone left, and yes, safely through. Good clean overtaking manoeuvre there from John Martin.
Sam Abbey inside Sebastian Hohenthal, picks up a place ahead of Nick Tandy as well, as everybody's scrambling through at the end of the lap. And here comes Sergio Perez inside Michael Devaney, and that battle is being chased by Arti Mustonen. John Martin locks a wheel. Oh, and Brendan Hartley's got back in front of him. So Martin was 3rd at the line. He's back down to 4th by the complex. Tandy on the curbs, trying to get by Hohenthal. Tandy with that new yellow nose, making his car even easier to spot in traffic. Couldn't quite get through there, though. So Hohenthal stays 7th, Tandy 8th. There they go. Sergio Perez behind them in 9th. Oh, and the orange car, Devaney 10th place under pressure. Mustonen taking a run round the inside. A slightly shorter distance, but didn't work at all for him. Up the hill then comes Oliver Turvey. Jaime Alguersuari with Brendan Hartley right behind. And Hartley's having to go for 2nd place. He's going up the outside. We see it from John Martin. Oh, and straight by. Oh, and straight by us goes Marcus Ericsson as well. Marcus down to 5th. Ericsson up to 4th. Hartley up to 2nd.
Great camera angle, this one at the chicane, showing how close all the cars are there as they stream through. So, replay of the start then, riding on board with Oliver Turvey. Great start from the inside of the 2nd row. Gets through to the inside of his teammates as they rise round to the left-hand side and come into the complex. Braking hard, he moves up to the lead. Great start.
Well, Ericsson is absolutely flying at the moment. The Swede is closing in on the top 2, and Hartley is charging as well. Herring up the hill alongside Oliver Turvey. Turvey gesticulates, go on, you go through. He knows that Hartley's got the line and got the corner, and there's no point having an accident because you're going to have to go back to the same garage, and the Carlin team won't be best pleased. So Hartley leads then. Turvey had led all the way through up until that stage, but Hartley clearly the quicker car and closing in behind. Marcus Ericsson looking very sharp, so no wonder Turvey wanted to get the move done quickly, see if he can hang on to Brendan Hartley.
He did. Oliver Turvey just lacking a couple of tenths of a second as we see Victor Jensen rejoining. He's had a quick trip across the grass and now to have the remnants swept out of his side pods.
And a change of underwear, no doubt, at this sort of pace. Hartley pulling away. Oliver Turvey now under real pressure. Here comes Ericsson. He's close enough to try a pass. Turvey goes left. No, stays to the right. No, goes back to try and defend. But the job is done by Ericsson. Oh, and John Martin tangles with Alguersuari at exactly the same place. And off he goes.
So riding on board with John Martin, we see him move to one side, then the other. Alguersuari on our right-hand side moves, and just contacting the braking area. Whether Alguersuari couldn't quite stop or whether John Martin just moved right, I don't know. But yeah, contact was made, and Alguersuari smoking. It looks like he's got a puncture.
Yes, Alguersuari in real trouble there. Well, he's locked up his wheels a few times under braking, and at the chicane there, maybe he just couldn't get it slowed down in time. Now then, national class battle. Lead car there is Andy Merrick, red, white and black, and the green and silver car, that's Jay Bridger. And there's hardly a cigarette paper between them for the lead of the class. There's Al Jaswari's car. Looks like it punctured through abuse of the brakes. He's with Diana.
A disappointing end to that race for you. What happened?
Yeah, we had some problems with the setup at the beginning of the race. Especially we had a flat tire, you know, and you know, the brake balance was too much in the front, and it produced that. So at the end, we had the puncture and we had to stop, but we were not fast.
The man who has been fast enough is his teammate, though, Brendan Hartley. He really needed to bounce back after a couple of disappointing race weekends, and he has. Victory at Thruxton for Hartley in race 1, and Jay Bridger trying around the outside, but can't make it into the final corner in front of Andy Merrick, and Merrick is going to win the national class by a nose. Well, another Thruxton thriller, Andy Merrick, our national class winner. Sebastian Hohenthal finished 5th behind Sam Abbey. Oliver Turvey and Marcus Ericsson on the podium behind winner Brendan Hartley.
I was really happy since qualifying. I mean, I didn't do many laps in qualifying. I didn't know the track, and I put it on P2 and P1, so I knew they had the best set of tyres out there, you know, because we had the good strategy in qualifying, and I'm really happy to be on the top step of the podium again. So, yeah, great.
Congratulations to Brendan Hartley taking his second win of the year. Can he do it all again in round 12? Well, to find out, join us after the break.